Very good morning, everybody. Welcome back to part two of another exciting launch day here at Carnation Crafts TV. I hope you're well. I hope you had a great bank holiday weekend. I'm Dave. Taz is here. Carla's here. We're all here to bring you the brand new collection, which, if you think about where we are in the year, we're in May. If you went out maybe over the bank holiday weekend, you probably went to the garden centres, that sort of thing. People have started to plant their pots, get ready for the spring, get ready for the barbecue season, get ready for the garden parties. Well, that's what this is all about. It's garden parties. It's about getting your friends round, going out with pals to the local fetes, that sort of thing. That's what Summer Cascades is all about, and it's captured the mood, everybody's mood, because in one show this morning at 9 o'clock, 60% of the entire stock has gone. This is only show 2. There's another one of it later at 1. There's 2 more tomorrow at 10 and 12. But is the stock going to last? So I don't want to kind of panic anyone. I don't want to kind of pressurize you into making a decision. But if you don't order it soon, you may find that the stock is sold out completely. This is Summer Cascades. You can see you've got the main card shapes here in the form of the arbor. It could be a gazebo. It could be a shed. It could be all sorts of things. It could be in a stately home. It could be maybe in a hotel grounds where people get married. So it could be used for all sorts of things. That's the first card shape. The second card shape is over here, and you've got what could be obviously a square with the mats and the layers as well behind it. It could be a diamond if you turn it a quarter turn, so there's lots of ways of using that. Also the window, that beautiful Georgian, very gorgeous window, that could be a card shape in its own right as well. Lots of the design team have used that as a card shape. And another one, which I wouldn't have thought of, is this shape just here, that beautiful floral corner. That also has been used as a card shape. So you might look at it and think, oh, there's 2 card shapes in there. There's actually 4, maybe even more. And then along with all of that, you get all the accessories. You've got the garden bench. You could turn that garden bench into a swing, which one of the design team has done. You've got the cute characters of the gnomes. All of you were saying on Facebook and YouTube earlier on that you just love the gnome characters so much. You've got the mouse that looks as if it's had too much cake on the afternoon party, or maybe too much whatever. You've also then got your flowers, you've got your flower pots, you've also got your bunting, you've got your balloons, you've got your flags, the ice lollies, all the things that we associate with garden parties and spring and summer. This whole collection is enormous. It's 59 dies in this collection, and look at the price. You're saving by buying it today nearly £40 off what the price should be. It's £129.99. Now, for those of you that want to spread the cost, do bear in mind we offer PayPal Pay in 3 and ClearPay as an option. And of course, because you're spending over £50 on launch day, it's free P&P. Now, before I go through everything else that you can do with it and show you some finished samples, I've got a really exciting announcement to make about the vignettes. Now, the vignettes are, in other words, the artwork that accompanies all the dies. They're always free on launch day. You can print them off absolutely free of charge, and you can do that right now. But today, as an extra special limited offer, the guys at Carnation have given you the opportunity to have a further 4 colourways in the artwork for £5. That's on the website. It should be 20. So if you fancy that alongside the collection today, you'll then have 5 different colourways that you can enjoy using with this collection for just an extra £5. If you're happy with the one that's free and that's all you want, that's fine. But for an extra £5, while it's £5, that price will go up on Friday along with the price of the collection if we have any stock left. Okay, so the way to order that and the way to order the collection is to go to carnationcrafts.co.uk, our website. Order it, and then of course you can then straight away print off all the artwork if you wish to, and just enjoy the artwork this afternoon, and the guys at Carnation will post your order out ASAP. One other thing to let you know about, we couldn't have a launch without having the perfect papers, which are always produced of course by Carnation in colourways that complement the artwork. So you're not going to be struggling trying to find a sheet of a coloured cardstock that works with it. You've got plain, you've got the dotty, and you've got the fine lines as well in beautiful shades of green, off-whites. You've got a lovely beige, a beautiful kind of salmon pink in there as well. 48 sheets of that, 300 GSM. It's only £14.99, and I know lots of you order the collection and then order the perfect papers at the same time. That's there for you. 240510, but 60%, Carla, in 1 hour. That's just telling me everybody absolutely adores this
Yeah,
collection.
not surprised at all. What an absolute boon of a day to grab hold of the most extraordinary collection at such an amazing price. This is literally time to jump. It's such a lovely set. It's full of joy. It's full of summer. It's all the feelings of the good parties, the outdoor fetes, all of the nice elements that we love in summer. And it's just packed with them. But from a crafter's point of view, it's also packed with a set of tools and resources that just give us an extra step in our crafting journey. They make it easier for us to produce outstanding cards every single time, and this collection absolutely knocks it out the park. As Dave said, inbuilt within the collection there are at least 4 card shapes. But the main card shape that we're going to look at first of all is your Arbor Stepper card shape, which is just stunning. And it's based on the idea of filling in sort of a house or a gazebo, those kind of things. It can be whatever you choose it to be, but it is so pretty and so clever. You've got the main shape here, this wooden frame that's coming round, and all you need to do is just bend and fold these side points to bring your stepper forward. Added in extra decoupage for that. You've got the beautiful trellis work with the vines that can be used, and then you've got the hanging basket if you choose to use it. Remember, choice with Carnation. You have this wonderful panel here. This bends back and it concertinas so that you can put 2 together back to back, so to speak, and you can create layers. Each one of those triangles creates a space for you to glue your elements onto it to create height, depth, dimension, and all the fun we would expect. It's your ultimate scene builder, because literally that's what you're doing. Every card you use this in, you're going to tell a story. And what that story is entirely, obviously, your choice. But what a boon to have that. It's such a good thing for us to be able to build those scenes. Now, we looked at this in quite a lot of detail in the previous show, so please do go back and watch the 9 o'clock show if you wish for a much sort of more in-depth demo. I'll demo it again in the next show, but in this one I'll be using it in a different way.
I love the fact you've got sentiments there again that you probably haven't got in your collection already.
Enjoy your day.
Enjoy your day. Nice.
Or you could have your day.
Or just enjoy.
Or just enjoy all of the elements. So it's a really, really beautiful thing. You do have mats and layers here if you want to make a card with a white backing and then possibly a perfect paper as well. So traditional card making. I will say as well, off the top of my head, size-wise, if I'm correct, I think this will also go together really nicely pieced with Getting Together. You see the wee house? I think you can make a street. I think in my head the sizes should be right. So play to your heart's content. Then we've got your garden rose corner, a beautiful piece. Look at that.
Stunning, isn't it?
So pretty. All of the elements, the shading that comes round that makes it look like that rose is protruding. It's so pretty and so delicate. Those gorgeous colours for it. And then the 3 floral decoupage elements, obviously for each main floral on here, but they can be used independently. And again, we did look at that in the last show. So please don't always feel you've got to use them, you know, as such independently. Now when we, as decoupage, when we look at this corner element here, which I love so much, it's very delicate, isn't it? Very pretty. When we look at that, if you look at here, it has got its own matte layer. Now that means if you wanted to, should you use, say, a white card base, you could give it a backing with those perfect papers that are so beautiful today and draw it out even more. So that's another option for you. Don't forget those extra element dies. This has got its own matte layer too, so you can absolutely make a card just of it. From then, you'll see us demonstrate this today. I'm going to use it in the show today as well, or this particular show. You've got the grand window. This is extraordinary. It's so pretty and it's so effective. It is just unbelievably beautiful. Now, if you want to make a card, for instance, that is not about summer get-togethers, but is just a very delicate, beautiful, graceful card, this window is going to take you there as well. It could be all about the summer get-togethers. It can be used with the main Arbor Stepper card shape too. It can be used independently. It's got pip marks to allow you to open those windows if you choose. So at the minute, as it stands, it's obviously a closed window, but just use a little scalpel or a pair of scissors and just snip those lines, the little pips just there and there. It'll open that window for you and it'll sit hinged on the side here so you can have a scene going on. And again, that feel, isn't it? In summer, windows open, air coming into houses. It's got that feeling of grace and warmth. It's just beautiful. You've got your summer baskets, but you also have an extra card shape here. So we've now got your card base, your mats and your layers, and it's stunning. It's absolutely beautiful, this piece. Gorgeous for easels, beautiful in the use of a diamond if you're going to use it with a DL behind it, for instance. It's stunning.
I mean, that window could be in a stately home, it could be in a fancy restaurant in a big city or something, couldn't it?
Yeah, I lived in Cheltenham for a long time, and you see lots of these in Cheltenham. It's very, very beautiful. So again, options, options, options. You will see us using it. It is absolutely stunning.
Obviously very posh in Cheltenham then.
That what? Because they let me in.
Yeah, that window.
Very posh in Cheltenham. Then you have got your sunny celebrations. This board is not to be underestimated. First of all, take in how many elements you get just in this one set.
This
There's
takes
so
me
much.
back to my school days,
I
like
know.
sports day, school fetes, church fetes.
It's just got all of the elements to it. It's so pretty, isn't it? But the colourway here is so beautiful as well, where you've got those sort of almost red gradient to pink coming through, both in the bunting and in the flags and then in the balloons. So everything effectively working beautifully together. But they didn't stop there. If you take in the idea then of the ice lollies, which work with the bunting, the ice creams, again, working with that bunting, the yellow of the fizz down here, working with that bunting, and then the red of the cake, working with it. You see how Carnation do it? It all works together. There's no colour clashing with Carnation. They make sure of it every single time, so the cards look good at the end of it. It's important to them, remember, that the cards look good.
And do you know what? That just says to me happy.
Yeah, it is.
Family time, friends time.
Walking out with a dog in a nice summer field where there's a festival or a fete going on, and just beautiful
And those
scenes,
days are
isn't it?
around the corner, aren't they? They're not
We're
far away.
almost there. There was warmth in the air yesterday. I felt it. Now you have got your summer comforts. Now this is such a clever, clever set. We talk about scene building, and very much this whole collection is about building those scenes. I'll be fair, most of Carnations are scene builders, but this has got the scene building card shape as well. But when we look at summer comforts here, you've got that settee, and it's brilliant because it could be used on the floor. It doesn't have to have a base to it, but it absolutely can. So this table converts, I mean, we could do this in real life, really, couldn't we? A table that converts to a sofa. But then I've got longer legs, so if I want to swap my legs out and create a higher table, I absolutely can. Or I can use this as a swing. I've got my teapot and my beautiful cups there as well. My jug of a little something something. It could be lemonade, it could be wine, it could be, you know, it doesn't matter, but you're building that scene, aren't you? You're giving that visual effect.
And of course, all the coloured artwork you see there, that's what we call vignettes. It's all there for you to print off free of charge for the main colourway, but the extra colourways, all 4 of them, only £5. Should be 20, still available if you want to print those off.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It makes sense to do it for a fiver.
A fiver for 4 colourways, changing everything about this, and that's obviously on the website as well with the vignettes there as well. Please do download everything. You've also got all the elements there for dressing the table, so your tablecloths.
Oh, little fella.
Just bliss. And that's sunny days, isn't it? If you have a picnic, that's kind of where we end up. If you're sitting in the grass or on a beach, that's the sort of position we take. If you're sitting after Christmas dinner, also similar. You've then got your towel rolled up here as well. So very, very useful to have those elements that give us the visuals, and a little picnic basket sitting
Of course,
next
he's
to
an
him.
extra mouse for your mouse family, because I know many of you have got literally dozens of mice from Carnation. It's very much one of their signature looks, isn't
I think
it?
a lot of people collect mice.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing, is a collection of mice. There must be a name for a collection of mice, but Carnation certainly must have that now. You've got your gnomes as well. Look, so each one with its matte layer, really important when we want to make card bases, because effectively if I pop my vignette on top of my base, score it, do it twice, score it 1/2 inch, and then pop her on top, I can put a little sentiment in her hands. Card done. Little tag for a birthday present, little tag for, you know, a Lily's card or something along those lines. Just very, very sweet. And you've got all of these elements in there. Gorgeous artwork with them. Again, remember we were talking about those reds and those yellows, each coming through with the gnomes as well. Full beard on this chap, and she's sat on this little toadstool, which can be cut away from her bottom there so that she seats almost on that settee as well. So even more ways of playing. And it's a joy to discover these things as we're working with the collections. Finally, but certainly not least, last but certainly not least, your borders, baskets and beds. I love this set. I love, love, love this set. It's so useful. You've got your soil at the bottom, your grounding device, that visual point. You've got your basket, your flower pot and then your vase. Then you've got these gorgeous cascades of florals. Brilliant if you want to have a grounding device. Amazing if you want to have a hanging basket. Delightful if you want height. Each one taken care of in the most spectacular way. And then your tuck-in florals. Where are you tucking them? Are you creating a bouquet, for instance? Are you going to be creating a vase of flowers? All those tuck-ins coming in.
Now the thing is, with Carnation, all is not exactly what it seems. You saw Carla there with the boards going through, talking about the seat, talking about the earth, the ground that was there. Now think of that in a different way. If you look at what Janine has done from the design team, she's taken that earth, that grounding device, as Carla called it, and she's used it for the rope of the swing. And then that plank is now the seat of the swing that little gnome is sat on. So we've cut away the toadstool that she was previously sat on, and now she's in the middle of the swing, in the middle of the arbour. That is my favourite card of the show today, without a doubt. Just to see her swinging in the middle of that arbour, it's gorgeous. Now also something that Carla was mentioning was, and I mentioned it too, that you've got actually 2 card blanks per se in here, but potentially 4, because you can use, and I didn't think of this at all, but whoever's done this in the design team, there's no name on this one, so I can't credit you, but look at that. Just using that corner floral flourish as, because you've also of course got the potential of course to put a back on it, making that a card blank in its own right. And the other one that we talked about was of course the window. The window can also become a card blank if you want to make a slightly smaller card. And those panes can open, the windows can open and close. So there's our little gnome poking through there. This one is using one of the square card blanks. That's Janine Dawson who's put the window on that. Again, there you've got that wonderful corner flower above the archway. But of course, if you use that 4 times, it will make the most amazing square floral frame with an aperture in the middle. A couple more to show you, using again the card blank that is a square with all your different mats and layers. Turn it a quarter turn. It then is no longer a square card. It's the most beautiful diamond-shaped easel card here for you.
Gorgeous card.
Really lovely. And then if you're looking to do something a little bit more conventional, a little bit more of a simpler shape, again using the square, but then using the floral flourish in one corner. We've got with love on there at the top, and then you've got your balloons and your. So it could be a birthday card. It could be just a celebration of spring and summer. And then you go on to tell stories. The characters and all that you've got there allows you to tell a story. Now, what is that saying to you? That mouse is well and truly overindulged, is taking it nice and easy. Subal Dalrymple has done this. There he is, leaning back on his sofa.
You can almost feel the shade inside the arbour, can't you? Where
Yeah, you
it's
can.
a little bit cooler there than it might be outside. It gives you all, it's evocative, isn't it? Really beautiful.
And the window allows you to be either on the outside looking in or the inside looking out, whichever way you use it. So this one has got our two gnomes as the host with the most. And then, of course, behind that window, he's had too much cake, as you can probably see. I think he's eaten that massive slice, and that's polished him off. He's there for the afternoon having a bit of a kip. But the potential is massive. Again, this is using one of those beautiful corners. Even the artwork for the corners you can print off as well. All that wonderful kind of antique distressing has been done for you. Print the artwork off now, and of course the brilliant team at Carnation will get your kit out to you ASAP. I've actually had a message on Facebook this hour from Rachel McCourt. Morning, Rachel. She says, had my email to say it's on its way. Happy smiley face.
Of course.
You
Pick
order
that
it.
Post.
Yeah, you order it now. The team will get your order straight away. They're all, on launch day, they're all there, primed. They've got the screens by their side. The orders come in. They pick them, pack them, post them same day. Many of you will actually get your order tomorrow. We can't confirm that because it's in the hands of the delivery people, obviously, but certainly from our point of view, the team will get your order out this afternoon. It will be on its way today, so you should get it very, very quickly. And remember, today, only for a limited time, you can enjoy not only the free vignettes, which you expect to get with a collection from us, but there's an opportunity to have 4 other colorways. So rather than you changing the colour yourself, you've got potentially 5 different colourways for this collection you can enjoy. The extra 4 are today only £5. They're normally £5 each. They'd normally be 20, and that will go back up to 20 on Friday. But if you order it today, you can enjoy an extra 4 colourways for just £5, which is amazing. And loads of you are going for the perfect papers, of course, as well. 240501. If it's the first time you've stumbled across us, Carla, myself and Taz are here every single month with a launch, and there are various other shows on this channel, of course, as well throughout the month, so do watch out for them. And just go to carnationcrafts.co.uk, order the collection. While you're there, after you've done that, then print off the vignettes and look forward to your arrival in the next day or 2. And today, remember, the launch price is for everybody, everyone gets the discount. After Friday, that price will go up, and after Friday, the price will go up with the vignettes as well, back up to £20. Okay, enough from me. Let's show you how you can use this brand new collection. It's Summer Cascades. Gorgeous, aren't they? Well, let's show you how to actually put a card together. This is the fun part. This is the fun part that you enjoy at home, that we enjoy in the studio as well, making and telling a story with all the Carnation crafts, characters and everything else.
Yeah, it's just a joy, isn't it? It's always a joy working with Carnation stuff. Right, let's have a look at building the cards. We're going to look at that grand window, and I want to kind of show you just how knockout it is. It's so pretty. It's so beautifully done. So I've got my card base here. I'm working on a card base that is, let's have a look. Just over 7.5, let's say 7.5 by about 5.5. So nothing to write home about there.
Carla,
so, yo.
Sam Smith has got a question.
Yes.
Are the gnomes the same size as the ones from the Beautiful Garden set, please?
Offhand, without having the Beautiful Garden set with me, I don't know. In my head, I think they're bigger. But Carnation, I'm sure, will have a look for us and let us know. I'm so sorry I don't have the information offhand, but without them, I wouldn't know.
But even if they are slightly different size, you can have the bigger ones in the foreground and smaller ones in the background.
I mean, listen, gnomes are of varying different sizes, so they will still work together anyway, and they'd still work with that boot,
yeah.
So you would be able to go with that, but I don't know if they're exactly the same or not. Right, I'm working as such white on white here, but I'm going in for my rose blush papers again because just the tone is so pretty and so warm, and I think very much in keeping with those summer tones that we're working on. And then I'm going to bring in the diamond on the top. So nothing too extraordinary here. I'm working white on white. Specifically, I want to show you the colours of the vignettes, but also how the white on white works so perfectly with this collection. And I'm just going to come in and seat that diamond as perfectly as I can without bending over too much. So we'll go there. So I've got my base set. Now, that's always useful.
I love the fact you use your 5mm tape to get that height that creates
that shadow.
Yeah, I love it.
Just to build it in a bit. Now the window, the window looks like this. Now I've got foam tape built on this, but I did want to show you the ease of setting it free from its hinge. Now I don't really want my window to be open in this demonstration. However, I am going to show you the things. There is a pip mark just there. Okay, where my finger is, so I'm just going to pull along. It's so easy. Find your next pip mark, which is here, look. So pull.
Yep.
Now that has started to free that window, can you see? And it's starting to open. So I'll do it again on this one. So I'm just going to open the one window, Mrs. Wembley, because I don't want them both to be open. And so I'll just pull across. So now that window will... Did I hit? It's on foam tape, unfortunately, is that one. I don't want to ruin my window, but that will open the whole thing. Okay, so it's up to you what you choose to do, but it's simple as that to create it. Now, I don't want mine particularly open for this one. I did want to show you that in the demo, though, so you know what you're doing when you get it home. Although I'm hoping you will join us for plenty more demonstrations anyway. So let's build this card. I'm going to come in with my corners.
I still can't get over that Carnation even give you artwork for corners like this. Everything's got artwork to it.
Because they're just wonderful humans.
And all the artwork's done in the UK. Nick and his team of artists diligently put the artwork together and then basically hand it over to you and say you can make and sell for good causes or for personal profit. It's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. You can make it, you can sell it, you can keep them, you can build home decor with them. It's never ending, and never ever feel like it has to just be cards, because man, can you do so much with them. Right, let's come into here. So I've got my wee corners sitting there, and so they're just framing out that diamond, okay? I don't want them all four sides, I don't want it to be that busy, but I love it the way it is. But what I do want to do is bring in my beautiful rose.
And that could be used in so many ways. Over the top of something, underneath like you've done it, on the corners.
Isn't it pretty?
It's beautiful.
Now, because I want to have my window behind it, I've put foam tape on here, but you can see I've doubled up. So that's now 1 centimetre, whereas this one is just 5 millimetres. And that's because I do want the rays on that, but when I put this on, if I've got 1 centimetre here, it allows for that to be there, and it still allows it to sit above, so I'm getting that height and dimension, okay? So I've kept that foam tape to the back just to allow that to happen. Now, in order, before I put that down, I want my little mishkin to sit inside here. So the first thing I'm going to do, get my window where it is in place, pull him along with my pokey so I can get him where I want him to be. And I might find that I need to snip a bit of his tail off. I don't really want to unless I have to, but he's just going to sit there. I now know that he is in place. So by doing so, I can keep him exactly where he is.
And nothing stopping you putting a picture of someone in your family behind that window, or a couple.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Although that could be a bit scary. Just got two.
I'm just thinking it. You make me think that it could be like a big window with a balcony that the married couple are going to come out onto to wave to everybody. That sort of thing.
Ooh, like the royalties.
Like the royalty, yeah.
So let's get him pinned down, and now I'm going to pop the window. So he's just chilling out behind that window.
He's not going to be going out and waving to anybody in the state he's in. Look at him.
Well, you don't know. So I could leave that open so that he can be visually clearer seen. Let me just bend that back onto itself a little more. Okay, so I can see him fully in that window, and he's just peering through. Delightful to look at, isn't it? It's a really sweet extra piece. So from there, let's get this on. Place this over him. There. And seat him down. And now that I've got that, if I choose to keep that open, I can. And I can keep that so that it holds that window open for me.
Yep.
It's up to you what you decide to do. I quite like that, so maybe we'll go with that so you can see it in that way.
Remember the vignettes, the artwork, you've got the potential of printing them off single-sided or double-sided. The choice is yours. And of course, with the double-sided, the back's going to be printed, the front's going to be printed. You've got the potential for the characters to be looking left or right. The gnomes can look left or right, so can the mice as well. All there on the website for you.
So I've got some of my tall florals. See this in here at the side. Those colours, those delicate, joyful colours, just bringing it all together. Piecing them in.
I mean, it looks like you're walking down a lovely, elegant alleyway or roadway, maybe on holiday in Italy or France or something. Beautiful.
Place that through. And then
shape your
give
flowers.
This a good spiral. Second one a good spiral as well.
And of course, the paper or the cardstock's not creasing or crinkling because there are cut lines in there. They've been put there for that reason, so it domes beautifully.
Plenty of silicone gel glue on there. Let's raise that floral. And once more into the breech.
Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it?
Simple, delicate card making. So that window is extraordinarily important for our visual effects to come forward. Beautifully done. The artwork is extraordinary. We can make the delicate cards with this. We can make stunning, stunning pieces, and it's all in your hand. It's ready for you to go simply by ordering today. So this is all going to be, for those of you who have already got it, all of this is yours already. You'll have it tomorrow.
Now I think we have an update, Taz.
Well, what I was going to say was to the customer who asked about the gnomes.
Yes.
They are very similar in size, but they're obviously different in style.
Okay, so they're different in style. Who was it that asked that question? I think it was Sam, wasn't it? Sam, yeah, they're different in style, but they're similar in size, so I hope that helps. But I mean, different in style doesn't matter, because gnomes are all different, aren't they? So hopefully that answers your question. Right now, let's show you some more cards that have been made by our brilliant design team here at Carnation. This is from Janine Dawson. Now, I love the fact that Carnation always give you options. They give you the beautiful elegance of florals and that sort of thing. Then they give you the whimsy of some characters, which may or may not be always suitable for the card you're making. So if you want to do something pretty serious, then you can just, you know, take the characters away and you've got elegance and sophistication. But then when you want that little cheeky charm, you've got your gnomes, you've got your little mice that you can bring into the equation. But I don't think I've shown you that card yet today. That's a beautiful one, that easel card there, using, of course, that gorgeous floral corner as the stopper. Another one that brings in the two characters. Pam Simpson's done this one using one of those card blanks and one of the mats and layers on there as well. There's your fairy lights for the patio or the garden or whatever. And again, there they are raising a glass. So the hands are there. They could be holding hands, or they could be holding, in this case, a flag, a glass of something naughty but nice.
Can I just say, while you've got that in your hand,
Oh, yeah.
so please, please, please don't forget to get your enamel dots off the Carnation Craft website. For things like where we've got the lights there sitting through, these are going to really help you with those, to give them dimension and effect. The colours always going in with Carnation. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Dave.
That's all right.
But I know we have had questions before about where people are getting them from. They're on the website.
And that's another one, using, of course, we've got the mouse behind the window again there, but this is a slightly different design. Lavinia Newton has done that one again with the bunting of the lights and the balloons, glossy accents or an equivalent on the balloons to give them the shine. That's really lovely. But I've got to show you again, using the grounding of the earth, the strip of earth, as the rope for the swing is just so brilliant. I wouldn't have thought of doing that, and hats off to Janine for coming up with that idea. But it's perfect for a little swing, isn't it?
It's just
Love
so
that.
cute. It's really lovely as a piece in one of those vases, as well as an extra height to the florals that you're building, because it kind of looks like you've got a piece of wood or something in your pot. It really is pretty, especially with the basket.
Oh, I don't think I've shown you this one yet either. Again, Janine is behind this one. Look at the layers on this. Look at how many wonderful mats and layers are on there, making it almost into a picture rather than a card with so much dimension.
So that one is using, just to let you know, in case you're wondering how Janine did the layers there, that is using the square elements from your grand window card shape, used instead of being a die cut, if you like, to create your card base, is actually being used as a layered aperture. So you've got other options as well.
Okay, now I started the show at 11 o'clock with 60% of the stock gone. This is the launch day, remember. I can't remember a launch day being quite as busy as this for quite some time. 65% now of the stock has gone, so we've got 35% left. There's another show at 1 o'clock this afternoon and two more tomorrow at 10 and 12. This is really looking like it's going to sell out early, and I don't want you to miss out. So if you want to go for this collection, it's one of the biggest ones we've done in recent weeks and months. There are 59 dies. So there is your main heart of the collection, the arbor. You've then got another card blank, which is the square, but we've already kind of established that you can use the window as a card blank. You can also use, of course, the floral cluster corner as a card blank as well. So potentially 4 different card blanks in this collection. But you've then got all the other florals, you've got the bench, you've got the cushions, you've also got, of course, all your teapots and your jugs full of sangria or lemon juice or orange juice, whatever it might be. And then down the bottom, you've got your characters, you've got your pots and your flowers, and then you've also got your bottles, glasses, bunting, flags and balloons there as well. So it really is setting the scene for festivals, garden parties, family afternoons out in the back garden with the barbecue, all that sort of thing, all that feel good of spring and summer is encapsulated and really captured brilliantly in this collection today. It's come just at the right time, really. 240501 is the item number. If you're thinking, okay, well, what do I do? All you have to do to order is go to carnationcrafts.co.uk, which is our website. You'll see it there on the front page. You can order that straight away, and then as soon as you've purchased it, just nip over to where it says downloads and then click on free downloads, and then you'll see the vignettes, what we call artwork basically. And the free one will be there for you to download if that's all you want. If you want to enjoy the extra 4 colours that are offered today, they're normally £5 each, that'd be £20. Today, and only until Friday, those 4 colourways are on offer at £5. Now, when you bear in mind how much more variety that's going to give you to mix and match, match, it makes sense for a £5. If you're spending that sort of money on a collection, why not for £5 more have more wonderful artwork variations? So there it is. That's what you'll see if you go to carnationcrafts.co.uk. But order quickly because 65% of the stock has gone. And very popular are the perfect papers as well. It just gives you the peace of mind. You're not rummaging through your cardstock collection at home trying to find a colour that matches. Does that go? Is that the right shade? Is it going to clash? All of these colours work with the artwork for the free vignettes and also the artwork for the ones that you pay the £5 for. And 48 sheets, 300 GSM, so it's gorgeous quality coated cardstock in these greens and pinks and beige colours with dots and stripes and the block colours there for you. 240510, your item number at £14.99. Okie dokie.
Perfect,
Demo
isn't
two.
it? Yeah, let's have a look at another demo. So we talk about how this is a scene building card set, if you like, and so we're going to look at that today. Now I want to use that arbor card shape, but I also want to use the grand window, and I'm going to use it in a slightly different way to how we used it this morning. The full demo for it working as a full card will be in the 1 o'clock show, so we will come back to that as a full, but I want to use parts of it.
Just got to say hello to a couple of you saying hello on Facebook. Alison Morale, hello Alison, mine's on its way, she says, brilliant. And also, this is quite funny, Kate Jude, hello Kate, Kate's on the move. She says, just a quick hi to you all from Blythe Services on the A1.
Well, there's worse places to be, Kate.
I hear good things about Blythe Services. Yes.
Right, let's make a card base. Now I'm doing a longer card base for this, so this is going to be a 9-inch by a 6.5-inch because I want to work in some of those perfect papers. I want to bring in some of those warm tones. So I'm going to go with that beautiful sugar candy pink on the top, and then we'll start working our way through. So just pulling down.
I think you should have a garden party this summer.
Me?
Yeah. You've got a nice garden.
Oh, that would be messy, Dave. I've got a beautiful garden. But it would be a garden party for one, Dave, because, you know, me and humans. Very something that I tend to...
Well, actually, why not organise a street party? That'd be good.
Not on my street.
Why not?
I think the neighbours might complain.
Invite the neighbours, that's what I mean. Put the bunting out, it'd be perfect.
Nobody had come. That mad woman on the street's having a party on her own. Have you seen her? She's still got her slippers on. Right, let's pull these layers
The Amazon
off.
man will come.
Well, he knows me very
He's
well
here every
these
day.
days. So, and there is my topper. Look how pretty that is. So again, bring in your blush papers because they really do add so much. Don't be shy to play with those tones. Right, bringing that on, placing it uponst thither. That's as straight as I can get it, I'm afraid, from the angle that I'm at.
Looks straight to me.
Right, so the arbor card shape. I have cut out just my central panel here. I've just got that house shape, okay? And that's the only bit of it I want for this at the moment. And then I'm going to build up the scene from that. And so it works perfectly for me in that way. And the reason being that, you know, carnations are so diverse is I choose that. I don't have to just stick with what I got when I got it home. And a lot of you have been crafting a long time, know this already anyway. But for those of you who are new to crafting, you might think that that's your only option.
You could easily chop that
snip
down
marks.
if you didn't want it that high for whatever reason.
Yeah, we have snip marks all the way through, so you get to use it in that way. Now I want to bring in and incorporate the window into this. So I am just going to place this at the back, okay? So I've got that sense of a window or a door. If you want to think of this as perspective, if you were to use this as green, it could be a door further off in the background. This could have a hedge at the side and you would be walking into something else. So it's entirely what you choose it to be. But I haven't got foam tape on for that reason because I don't want anything to raise at this stage. So I'm going to come in with some wet glue, putting it on pivotal points so that I get that adhesion, but I don't want to block everything else. So I'm happy with it just here. Now I'm just going to pull this along, making sure I've got it at the right height. So just giving myself an idea here. I'm happy with that about there. So this will be about here. And place that on. So that adhesion will stick. And the wonk there. Sorry guys, it's very difficult from above to see where I am. Right, little bits of adhesion here as well. So on your pivotal points, you can put adhesion all over, of course. I am not a fan.
And we have the everyday glue and the glue applicators on the website as well if you're wondering what Carla's using. All of that's on offer.
It's all incredible. Carnation, we're very, I say we, the royal we are very, very cautious about the items that we bring to you to make sure that they are absolutely what you need them to be for the best of your crafting ability. It's something that's taken very seriously with Carnation, and it's important because it makes your cards better. It makes, you know, the things that we provide to you better.
I mean, like the paper true print, for example, which we recommend you print onto to get the maximum benefits. All the different GSMs are on the website as well. If you're wondering what we use in the demonstrations, true print gives you the most beautiful reproduction of the artwork, doesn't it?
The pro print
Pro
stuff
print,
is
sorry,
amazing.
true print.
It is so good. Right, let me pull this in. I'm going to heighten this slightly, so just up below midway.
I think true print develop your photographs, don't they?
When in about 1986, Dave,
Show me age.
I did think
Pro
when you were
print.
saying it, I was
Pro
like,
print paper.
true print. Didn't they used to do photographs when we used to have negatives?
Yeah.
It's all right, Dave, we'll forgive you. You're old.
Yes.
Right, let's put some of the... Don't look at me, mister. I realise I'm no spring chicken myself. Let's put some of this on. And we're just going to seat it on top of that table, okay? So it just covers that window ledge. So now the window is seated behind. Now the joy of that is, of course, I can put extra florals there. I can do various different things. I am going to just pop the little... Look how pretty that is.
But also look at the proportion. All the sizes of all the different elements work
Just
together.
work, don't they? It's so good. Let's bring some of this in.
And that's a big deal because I think perspective sometimes with other collections of other companies,
They don't bother.
They don't bother.
They
No.
just don't bother.
And you end up
Yeah.
looking with a card that just looks out of perspective. With Carnation, they take all that into consideration.
So already we've got this incredibly joyous picture building, haven't we? It's already super pretty. Now I want to bring in some vines for the side of here, and we've got this gorgeous trellis, so let's use it. Why would we not? It's super pretty. We know it was where we wanted it to be in the original design, so I'm going to kind of replicate that. I'm just going to kind of tuck it. So another reason that I don't like to use too much adhesion is I've still got options here. If I had completely glued that down, I wouldn't have the option. But when I put this here, it's almost given the illusion of French shutters, which is kind of what I'm going for. It doesn't look like French shutters, you know, exactly, but it's the illusion of it.
Alison on Facebook is saying, do you cut your mats at 1/2 inch?
Cut my... well, listen, here's the thing, Alison. While I'm just sticking this down, I'll be brief. It depends what I'm going for. These are 1/2 inch. One of my favourite things to do is 1/2 inch for the first couple, and then my white one for it to be 1 inch. So
Right.
that's my platform is a little bit smaller. Depends what I'm putting on top. It's something that I think through before I cut them as to how much detail. If I'm going to put a lot of detail, I will tend to use smaller mats and layers because I think otherwise it can be visually quite overwhelming. So it does depend, but these ones are 1/2 inch.
1/2 inch
So I
does
hope
look good.
that
So thanks
helps.
for the question.
It just depends what I'm doing, really.
What mood you in?
What mad little things are going through my brain at the time, and it's best not to question, I find. So I've got my gorgeous shutters there. Let's put some vines on just to pretty that up as well, but I actually love it like that. I think with a sentiment, that's a beautiful card already. So you see, as we're playing with Carnation, when we're scene building, I'm going to be adding to this and adding to this, but isn't it pretty already?
Yeah, yeah.
It was pretty before we put the shutters on. It was pretty before we put the roses on. So we're talking about scene building, because at any point you could extract those elements if you were to do this card on your own. If you were to work it and follow the same card, but make it say 8 times, and each time just add an extra piece on that I've been doing it in scene, you've made 10 different cards. We're scene building, and it's really important and a really nice tactic for us to have as crafters.
Now I do know lots of you have already purchased this. Lots of you purchased it when Carla gave you the teas on Facebook yesterday evening. Many of you, and many more of you, bought it this morning in the first show at 9 o'clock. So don't think, oh, I bought it now, I won't watch the other shows. Watch the other shows later today, 1 at 1 o'clock and 2 tomorrow, for more inspiration and demonstration. But the stock is going very fast, just to give you heads up on that one.
So just placing those vines in. So now we're fuller and we're wider. We still have the illusion, but these now almost look like pillars off in the background,
Yes.
don't they, that you're walking through. So we're changing the style and the scene as we go, and that's a nice place to be. Now I've got my two little vases here. I'm going to shake them out a little bit so that I can poke the flowers in them. What I don't want is them to just be flat. I want to just a little bit of shape. So take a ball tool that's an appropriate size. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. First thing, run it through that top line, and then same again on the other, run it through your bottom line. If I go in the middle, I'm going to crease it. So I'll just bring it around my edge and round my edge again.
And these ball tools and the map that Carla's using is on the website as well. Crucial bit of equipment to have.
They are. Now pulling that forward just so it's not all bent and out of kilter, but I've still got the shape in just here. Same again on the other. Bring it in and shaping. Right. I'm going to place these at the side, either side of this piece. So raise that up then.
That looks like a really fancy upmarket restaurant.
It does, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Or a stately home where you'd go and sit in the gardens.
Yeah.
And
That could be an indoor scene, it could be an outdoor scene, either.
It's just really pretty, isn't it? It's welcoming. Right, let's come in with some extra elements now. Seat those balloons in, adding height, so we're building height. Oh, wrong way around. So once I've got those, I can pin them.
Now they look great uncoated, but they look even better with a little bit of glossy accents or glossy highlights, whatever product you use that gives that fantastic kind of varnished shine.
Sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're just bringing in a touch of colour, and then I'm going to come in. Just a couple of random florals in these vases as well. I love colour so much, it just pleases me beyond.
And I love the fact they're all individual, so you can be your own florist, you can be your own flower arranger.
Tuck-ins are so important, aren't they? I just tuck all these through. So we've got this little visual of those florals.
What was the size of that card that you said you were making?
9.5, no, sorry, 9 by 6.5.
9 by 6.5,
So
okay.
slightly bigger than your average. But actually, I don't mind working with big cards. I think sometimes there's a joy that made me jump. I think my soul left my body. I've got prickly armpits, Dave. You nearly had no card at all. Yeah, let's pop these in so you can see that height and that difference building there.
It was my idiot board that fell over.
Was it, Dave?
The one that's got my name on in case I forget.
And then, look how pretty that is. It's a lovely scene, isn't it? Nice sentiment down here would be nice too. So there are variants that you can do. But let's have a look at our little chap.
I think he's a birthday boy, this fella. That's what the balloons are for.
Very excited. And then we're just going to do his beard, the balloon of his sleeves and his chest, and then his legs and feet. Remember, he'll curve into a full curve at that point, and you don't want that to stay. Grab him just below his tash, pull that forward, then his hat, pull it forward. Same with his arms. You'll keep all the doming that you've done, but he will be in form rather than just be in one big curl. And he is just going to stand at the bottom here, okay?
Alison's just said, I've ordered the backing papers for the first time. They really are beautiful
Oh,
colours.
they're so stunning, Alison. You're going to be so chuffed with them.
They're on the website too.
I think I might pop him at the other side, actually. Let's pop him down here.
And the great thing about the double-sided vignettes, he could be looking one way or the other. I mean, he's kind of looking fairly straight on, isn't he, to be honest? But there he is.
So cute.
What a card.
So we've used, again, that window that we had used in the last one. It's just how we're using it and how we're using it differently. So you're looking at different ways of building your scene, because we've got that stunning arbor stepper card that should never be underestimated, because I would go as far as saying that I can, on the top of my head, think of 6 different ways of playing with the Arbor Stepper card,
Yeah.
just as a shape, without even really exploring it any further.
Well, just showing you the Arbor, away from the cards that Carla's just made, just showing you the Arbor on its own as a standalone card shape, it is fantastic. I've got this one here. I haven't got a name on this one to give you a credit, but if you have a little look at this, isn't that just beautiful? And there's our little mouse, fast asleep, sleeping off the excess of cake or whatever he's been eating or drinking, but really, really lovely. And because you've got that kind of concertina, which you can link the 2 sections with, it gives you depth, so you can put characters in the middle of the Arbor if you want to. Again, looking at another take on the window, Lavinia Newton has done this one, so this is a tent card, as you can see, but again, the windows can be closed, the windows could be open, both the gnomes having a bit of a party. Still, my favourite has to be this, which is turning the earth into the rope of the swing and then putting the little lady gnome on that, but again, using the concertina in the middle to decorate with the flowers, so it really gives like a floral effect to the base of the Arbor.
It does. While you've got her in your hand, can I just say, I had mentioned before, you know, if you cut the mushroom off her bottom,
Yes.
which is a sentence you never think you'll say on television, if you cut the mushroom off her bottom, you'll see she is then perfectly seated for the sofa or for that swing.
Right.
So it just works beautifully.
And there she is in another surprising card blank. I wouldn't have thought that this corner flourish would actually be a card blank, but it can be. It's been made into its own card. So you can make huge cards, small cards. Even the window stands alone as a beautiful card, which I'll show you in a minute. But there's just 2 of the characters on a relatively simple design, using that the mat and the layer of the card blank that you're going to get in the collection as well. Here's another twist on that, with no characters this time, just waiting for the people to arrive, just waiting for the guests, with the bunting, the lights, all of the beautiful food and drink on the table there as well. This is another one using the Arbor, but rather than it being the card blank, using the mat and layer to give it more rigidity and strength. But again, lots going on. And then this one is predominantly just the window, which again makes a really cute, very, very simple, yet very stylish card. Again, the window, one of the windows open, you've got the beautiful florals going around the edge there as well. So this collection, just to kind of recap, if you've just tuned in and joined us here on Carnation Crafts TV, I'm Dave, Carla's here, Taz is here. This launched at 9 o'clock this morning. It's now coming up to, what, 8 minutes to 12, just after. And 65% of the stock had gone when we came on air. Between shows, lots of you order, of course. You watch the show, see the demos, get inspired, think, right, I want this. This is everything you think of when we come into spring and summer. Think it may be bringing back memories. For me, it brings back memories of like school fetes, church fetes, summer fetes, that sort of thing. Garden parties, beautiful afternoon teas at stately homes, things like that, where you get your friends, family, maybe even a work gathering. It's all about outside entertainment. That's what this is about. The Arbor is your first card blank. Now that could be to do with weddings. It could be a gazebo to get married underneath. It could be a shed if you wanted to make it. It could be a beautiful pergola in maybe a stately home garden. It could be all sorts of things. That's the first card blank. The other card blank is this one just here. And you've got, as you can see, different mats and layers and different sizes for that, along with that beautiful Georgian window. Don't forget, of course, you've got the basket there as well that you can put your florals into too. That could be underneath the window. Over this side, we've then got the additional furniture for the garden. You've got the cushions, you've got the actual stool, the bench. You've also got the plank that could become a swing seat if you wanted it to be. And then down the bottom, you've got the teapots and also the jugs with the glasses as well. And on the bottom layer, you've got all your accessories, really. You've got the characters, the 2 gnomes and the mouse. You've then got your foliage and pots and flowers. And then you've also got your bunting, balloons, everything that makes you smile. Cheerful, happy celebrations, sports days, that sort of thing. Ice lollies, ice creams, and of course the bottles and the glasses and the cake too. The whole thing is just smile, happy, joy. It's all those words in one, isn't it? And today it is $129.99. It's going to go up in price to what it should be, $149.99 on Friday. But the big concern is the stock. If the stock goes before Friday, that price won't go back up because there's nothing to actually, raise the price on. And 65%'s gone at 5 to 12 live on launch day, which is today, Tuesday, because we had a bank holiday yesterday. Normally it's the first Monday of the month or second Monday of the month. So 240501 gets you Summer Cascades. That is going very fast. Once you've purchased it, when you're on the website, go to downloads and click on free downloads. That will then take you to this page, and then you can see that the vignettes are free. The first vignette colourway is free, as you'd expect. I'll thank you for you buying it. And then there's an extra set of 4 different colourways, which should be £20. Today, or until Friday, you get all 4 of those for £5. And that, to me, makes absolute sense. It just gives you more choice, gives you more variety with the collection that you're buying today. And the only other thing that I would really strongly advise you to go for, if you haven't, is the perfect papers, because there's nothing more infuriating spending half an hour rummaging through your craft room trying to find cardstock that matches the artwork from the vignettes. So this is perfectly produced, so it's not going to clash, it's all going to coordinate beautifully well. Pastel shades in greens, pink, and you've got a cream in there, light coffee colour, and you get a combination of dots and stripes and the block colours as well. 48, 300 GSM sheets for just $14.99 makes absolute sense. And no matter where you're watching us around the world, you can order as well. In the UK, it's free P&P if you spend over £50. If you're watching us in the United States or internationally, you can go for this. Remind me the postage again, Taz? £4.95. £4.95 if you're watching outside the UK for the main collection. If you want to go for like perfect papers or ProPrint, not TruePrint, ProPrint, then that will be an extra charge on top. That would be £14.95 for your shipping and handling if you're outside of the UK. But you can still order it. Just go to carnationcrafts.co.uk. We're going to be back in an hour's time at 1 o'clock for the last live show of the day. But remember, you can still order anytime provided we have the stock. See you at 1.